The future is horrifying. And I'm not talking about real threats like the ice caps melting or overpopulation or the looming threat of nuclear war. What I'm talking about is AI. Hi, I'm Danno, and I am horrified of artificial intelligence. And here's why. Excuse my wet hair, by the way, I just got out of the shower. When I was growing up, I would wonder what the new invention of the future would be. Just think about it. The great invention of your grandparents or great-grandparents was cars, planes, and trains, and very rudimentary telephones. And then our parents had computers, like the big bulky ones that if you dropped on somebody's head would probably act like an anvil in an old-timey cartoon and kill them. And now you have smartphones, AirPods, VR, and skibbity toilet. What a world we live in, right? But I always wondered, where are we going next? For a while, my bet was on teleportation, which I'd love to make a video about how teleporters have the potential to just ruin our society, but that's for another day. But now I'm realizing that the next big invention is AI, and it's not a good thing. Listen, best case scenario, ChatGPT and AI stay exactly where it is. It can assist artists in making things, and that's it, no more. But what's most likely gonna happen is that it's gonna start replacing artists. And I always hear a lot of people say, well, listen, AI can't make new things, only humans can do that. And to that I reply, nuh-uh. There's a famous idea that every story has been told before, and that it's been that way for a long time, but nowadays we just find new ways to tell them. For example, young boy who hates his life gets told that because of whose son he is, that he's meant for something great. He learns how to use a cool stick-like weapon, he's got two besties, there's a love connection, and there's something to do with his parents in relation to the bad guy. What I've just told you is not the plot to Star Wars, but actually the plot to Harry Potter and Pirates of the Caribbean. Here's the guy who hates his life before being swept away, here's the love connection, and here's even the stick weapon. Yes, I'm oversimplifying it, but here's my point. Take this basic plot, throw it in AI, and it'll probably give you something stupid, like do this with an octopus. And maybe it'll add some other crazy weird ideas in there, but then it'll work. Listen, AI may sound like it's giving you ideas that are just crazy and off the wall, but all it needs is to be slightly more refined. And I mean slightly. Because some of the best movies just sound crazy, don't they? Like, listen to this. A rat tugs on a guy's hair and becomes the greatest chef in Paris. That sounds horrible, but then you realize that it became one of the greatest movies of our decade. Alright, sorry, I had to dry my hair. That was bothering me. Another example, an old guy ties a bunch of balloons to his house so he can fly it to a cliff across the world. That is insane, but again, Up is a masterpiece. You know what? I'm starting to realize maybe Pixar movies are just crazy. Either they have access to some insane mind-melting drugs that they're just hiding from the world, or they kidnapped somebody from an insane asylum and have him trapped in the basement generating ideas for him.
It's a lesson on capitalism, and there's a love story hidden inside it. So it's about monsters in the middle of an energy crisis who work a 9-to-5 factory job, and there's a CEO who wants to kidnap children, just like real life. One word. Talking cars. Talking cars, but with spies. Talking cars, but we make old people hate themselves.
Ah, geniuses. Although, I think their insane captive might have died recently because they've kind of been on a losing streak. But listen, it's not just the creative industry that's in danger. Oh no! Remember that small little indie movie called Terminator and how it warned us why giving AI access to our military was a bad idea? You cannot make this up. They are trying to integrate AI into the military. Listen, message to the governments of the world. Terminator was a warning, not a goal. Seriously. It's like people found out that Terminator takes place in 2029 and they were like, whoa, we could beat that. We could kill everybody by 2025. Where were you guys when we wanted hoverboards and flying cars in 2015, like Back to the Future, huh? So, how do we solve this? Well, for me as a content creator, all I can do is hope and pray that there's nobody who would actually try to make an AI that would, be advanced enough to replace all influencers and everybody in the creator economy, effectively putting millions of people out of work. But no, nobody would be goofy enough to do that, right? And if anybody were to do that, well, the easy solution is just to attack and bully them until they give up. Okay, now, well, that was obviously a joke because I don't promote attacking or harassing anybody, and my whole brand is peace. The internet's already kind of a couple steps ahead of me. If you don't know, Kwebbelkop is a massive YouTuber who's working on an AI YouTuber that perfectly replicates a Minecraft content creator, which is an odd choice in 2024, unless he's planning on getting him into Hermitcraft or the SDMP or making Cam Man shorts, I don't know. Even though I don't agree with what he's doing, it's kind of horrible to see all these people viciously bullying him over this AI that he's working super passionately on. Right now, everybody's making fun of him because the AI is kind of scuffed and it's saying things that don't make sense and it seems like brain rot, but he seems convinced that eventually it'll be impeccable from a real Minecraft YouTuber, and I agree with him. I have complete belief in him, his team, and everything he's working on that eventually it will be super convincing and super complex, advanced, and terrifying. Listen, it's cool that he's making it, but at the same time, it just scares me. So yeah, basically, we're all gonna die, and there's no hope. I'm kidding. Luckily, YouTube is already starting to realize that AI is or is going to be a massive problem. So when you upload a video now, YouTube asks you, is this AI? And you have to say yes or no. And it seems like the government is starting to catch on. Again, except for the morons who are trying to put AI in the military. Seriously, I need to ask, who hurt you? Are you okay? I swear, one of these military guys must have gotten their heart broken by like Sarah Spungerton or something in middle school, and then they vowed that one day they were going to use AI to just blow up the world. And they've just been harboring an evil motive for all these years. I know that sounds goofy, but I can't think of a single other valid reason why someone would think putting AI in the military was a good idea. I think now, seriously, it needs to just be mandatory for every single government employee to watch Terminator, or literally any movie where AI is important. Also, I'm calling it here first. If there's ever any kind of auto-targeting system in any guns or tanks or whatever, it's probably going to be racist. No, scratch that. It is definitely going to be racist. I mean, seriously, we've been alive for thousands of years, and somehow we still haven't learned how to get along. So how is an AI supposed to get that right off the bat? And if you genuinely doubt that AI is going to turn against us, I like to think of Ultron. Remember, he was on the internet for 5 seconds and decided all of humanity needed to die. Honestly, I'm surprised it even took him that long. I think as soon as a machine pulls up a single Reddit thread or an Instagram Reels comment section, then it's going to decide, yep, humans need to die. So all of this to say, if they ever have us vote on any sort of AI restrictions or whatever, just yes, vote yes. Maybe not a ban because it has a few, and I mean a few good uses, but limit it at least. Also, funnily enough, when I was wrapping up recording, somebody just sent me an article about how Apple is going to try and release a home AI robot. I mean, I feel like I'm screaming into the void at this point. Alexa is as far as we need to go. Sorry, that got a little heated back there. Comment below if you're watching this in the year 2050 and AI is taking over the world, or if it does it sooner. Maybe by 2030 we'll all be dead. Anyway, that's all. I'll see you guys tomorrow.